week's book review. I have chosen a very interesting book because it's a book that inspired me while reading, as well as it made me pause in a number of places to reflect on what it means to be alive and what it means to appreciate the gifts of life. The book is this beautiful book titled I Fight, You Fight by Alex Noble. Beautifully written. It's both a memoir, his life story, as well as a book that invites you to consider those things you take for granted in your life, to consider what does it mean to be alive and how best can I live my life to the fullest. There is a subtitle to the book, which I really like. It's very similar to the case of when life gives you lemon, you make lemonade. And Alex says, life isn't about the hand you are dealt, but how you choose to play it. You see, the lemon and the lemonade situation going on here. Life isn't about the hand you are dealt, but how you choose to play it. This book is Alex's story as to how his life changed in an instant. From being a 16-year-old boy who was living life to the fullest, enjoyed sports, enjoyed the friendship and love of his family and friends. And in one of those sporting sessions, playing the sport he enjoys, rugby, and he got tackled. In that instant, his world changed. He became a quadriplegic, long story short. He lost every form of mobility and movement from his neck downwards. This book is written now, and Alex is about 21-year-old right now when he writes this book. But he's looked at his journey in the past 4 or 5 years from that incident. Well, actually, he looks at his journey before the incident, being in a high school and having friends and just enjoying all the things teenagers enjoy to do, going to the beach, hanging out with friends, being fit. He was a gym junkie in a positive way. Then to the incident where his life became something else he did not ever envisage happening. How he got tackled on that field and he laid on the grass. The paramedics arrived and finally moved him to the hospital where he found out that he couldn't move from his neck downwards. Basically, he had just his mind and his eyes. And the long and harrowing journey to recovery. At the end, Alex has this beautiful perspective on life, and that's why I loved this book. In reading the book, it wasn't just a young man saying, this happened to me, and this is what I'm doing right now. It's, this happened to me, and because this happened to me, I have come to appreciate life a lot more and differently. From his inability now to go to the beach when he wants to, because there are lots of, logistics to plan, inability to just get online on a whim and book a flight ticket to go to Europe or any parts of the world. You need someone to accompany you on those trips. You need them to assist with the planning. What about wheelchairs? What about ramps? Are these places wheelchair friendly? Even getting on the plane. How do you get to be moved from your own wheelchair to that of the planes? And is there enough space? From that perspective, Alex writes, we should be thankful every day we're able to wake up and do things for ourselves. Every day we're able to wake up and not needing someone to help us get out of bed or get into bed. Alex also takes us into some sort of self-reflection as to what are the big things of life, what really and truly matters, and what are some of these things we can like, do we need to sweat it? This book is for anyone who is keen to live life in the way they can fully and truly say, I am living the life or I have lived a good life. It's about recognizing and appreciating the goodness of having your own legs, being able to breathe unaided by a machine or apparatus, having the gifts of friends and family and work. Alex has moved from recovery. Every day is still going to be recovery for this young man, but he's now at a place where he has started his own business. He goes to the university where he's studying law, and he's beginning to find ways to do things which ordinarily was quite difficult at the start following his accident. After reading this book, in fact, while reading this book, occasionally I would drop it, set it down, and think. We live in a world currently where it's all about the hustle culture, hustle and bustle. We want to have the side gig, we want to do something, we want to do all those big things. And we should truly be able to do these things because what is life other than experiments and wanting to fulfill the highest and best form of us? Nonetheless, there are a lot more things we should keep sight of and appreciate. The gift of children, the gift of having friends, the gift of family, the gift of just being able to do things for yourself, have your routines and the ease of getting in and out of bed, the ease of going to places. These are some of the things which Alex draws our attention to because these are some of the challenges he faces. And in reading this challenge of his, I'm reminded, thank you. I don't have this challenge. Thank you. The book has got pictures of Alex as a baby, as a toddler, and moving through his life prior to the accident at school, hanging out with mates, having parties and at school, doing the things he loved, sports, rugby. And then this heart-crunching photo of him lying on the hospital bed. He was in coma for 4 days, breathing using an apparatus, a machine, not being able to move. And then through his recovery, that journey, he invited us quite well into his life. And I'm grateful he did that for us to see what his life was before, during, and after. And he's gone on to become a well-recognized and respected speaker following his accident. He's gone on to do a few things which many of us will be envious about: skydiving, going to some exotic places in Europe. Yeah, he's having a camel ride in Dubai. He's been to Rome. He's been to a festival on his wheelchair. A little bit dark here, but he's been popped up. It's called crowd surfing, isn't it? With his wheelchair. That was a little bit scary to read. Anyway, I think this book is a good one for each of us to attempt to read because it's a book where it gives you a different perspective to life. And I trust everyone who reads this book will come out appreciating what they have and recognizing that it could be worse. And that's one of Alex's philosophies, where he talks about it could be worse. So he recognizes even in this situation I am in, a wheelchair and being limited in the things I can do, it could be worse. What are some of the worst things that can happen? He could be dead. He could lose his mind. He still has an active mind. He's still able to do things. So this is a memoir I truly enjoyed, and I hope every one of you who wants something different, something to reset your life, will consider reading. It was a good one. Till next time, stay well and keep reading. Take care.